Sophie stepped out of the bathroom, her damp hair clinging to her shoulders, a soft pink towel wrapped around her. It was close to 8 p.m., and she was in a rush. I sat on the edge of the bed, unable to stop staring. My gaze gave me away because she smirked and said, "Don't even think about it, Ben." "Hard not to," I muttered, half joking. She rolled her eyes and reminded me we needed to leave for the club in an hour. She disappeared into the closet, rummaging through her options before throwing a question over her shoulder. "Pick for me. Which underwear set?" I hesitated, then grabbed a pink lace set, a bra and a G-string. She turned around with a raised eyebrow. "You and G-strings, honestly." She didn't wait for my answer, just slipped into them before pulling out a short red dress that barely brushed her thighs. "Zip me up," she said. I obeyed, my hands brushing against her back longer than necessary. "Behave," she warned with a playful grin, stepping into her heels. By 9:30 p.m., we were on our way to the Hideout, a lively club on the edge of Windermere, a quiet English town surrounded by rolling hills and cobblestone streets. The club, hidden in an alley, was known for its electric vibe and thumping music. The moment we walked in, Sophie owned the dance floor. Her energy was infectious, her hips moving to the beat in a way that left me mesmerized. She pulled me in, grinding against me with abandon. I could barely keep up, the mix of her scent, the music, and her touch making my head spin. By midnight, Sophie was tipsy. She wasn't drunk but just enough that her laughter was louder and her movements less controlled. I, as usual, stuck to water. I wasn't much of a drinker, and someone needed to stay sharp. When we finally decided to leave, a new problem emerged. Our driver, who had been waiting outside, had clearly indulged in something stronger than water. He was in no state to take us home. "Brilliant," Sophie muttered, wobbling slightly in her heels. Just then, a familiar voice called out, "Sophie." We turned to see Ava, her childhood friend, walking in arm with a tall man. After a round of quick introductions, Ava's boyfriend, Daniel, offered to drive us home. "Don't worry about your car," Daniel said. "My driver will bring it over in the morning." Reluctantly, we agreed. The ride back to Sophie's cottage was quiet, the hum of the car soothing. When we arrived, Sophie thanked them before leaning heavily on me as I guided her inside. "You're a mess," I teased as I helped her upstairs to her bedroom. "Shut up and help me get out of this dress," she slurred. I hesitated, but she was already pulling at the zipper. "I'm sleeping naked," she declared, flopping onto the bed. "Sophie. Relax," she mumbled. "Just stay with me tonight." I couldn't say no, but the smell of alcohol was strong. "Not until you clean up," I said firmly. Surprisingly, she agreed, stumbling into the bathroom to freshen up. By the time she returned, her hair damp again, she collapsed onto the bed and was asleep within minutes. I showered quickly before slipping in beside her. The night passed without incident, though I couldn't help but admire how peaceful she looked as she slept. The first rays of sunlight peeked through the curtains, illuminating Sophie's room in a soft glow. I woke to the faint sound of movement. She was already up, dressed in a loose t-shirt and shorts, sweeping the floor with surprising energy given the night before. "Good morning," I called out, my voice groggy. "Morning, sleepyhead," she replied without looking up. "Did you sleep well?" "Like a log," I said, sitting up. "You?" She shrugged. "Not bad, considering. But we've got plans. It's Sunday, and we're going to church." "Church?" I repeated, blinking in surprise. "Yes," she said firmly. "St. Mary's at 11 a.m. Now, get moving." By the time I emerged from the bathroom, feeling refreshed, Sophie had already set the table for breakfast. Toasted bread, scrambled eggs, and tea were waiting. "Looks like someone's trying to impress me," I teased. She rolled her eyes. "Don't flatter yourself. Eat quickly, we're on a schedule." We ate together, the easy banter making the morning feel oddly domestic. When we were done, Sophie started washing the dishes, and I joined her without being asked. "Not bad, Ben," she said, handing me the last plate to dry. By 10:30, we were out the door, walking toward St. Mary's, a small, picturesque church at the edge of town. Its stone walls and stained glass windows gave it an air of timeless serenity. The service was peaceful, the hymns filling the space with warmth. Afterward, Sophie seemed more relaxed. "Let's take a walk," she suggested, leading me through the cobblestone streets of Windermere. She pointed out landmarks, the old clock tower, the bakery with the best scones, the library where she spent her summers as a child. As we wandered, the idea of heading to the beach came up. "It's not far," she said, her eyes sparkling. "We could grab some ice cream and sit by the water." I hesitated. "I've got schoolwork waiting for me," I said. "I really need to catch up." Her shoulders slumped, but she nodded. "Fair enough. Rain check." "Rain check," I promised. We made our way back to her cottage, the conversation easy, the laughter frequent. By the time we reached home, the sun was high, casting long shadows over the rolling hills in the distance. Please like and subscribe to this channel for more stories like this.